see it at this point. That's a little bit too small, don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay, because you can't even really see what the program's about. Let's go back to the other one. All right, actually, I'm going to put it back where it was originally because I don't like it like that. It's stupid. You can't see anything. I have to restart Windows again. I used to have music playing when it would go off, and then I'd get so angry, I'd just go, oh, I don't want to hear that music anymore. Do you have a notepad with your computer that you write down everything because you have to? And I'm in the market for my new speakers because these little speakers they're so dinky. A friend of mine just bought a Mac, and I was very disappointed because we have a lot of compatibility problems. Nothing wants to be right. Okay. We'll see the staff now. Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you filming already?
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is called bicycling, okay? And it's a stupid little piece, but anyway, here we go. Don't laugh. That's John Philip Sousa. Nothing. The bass fiddle. The melody is an open fist, like bolero, you know? You can hardly tell it. It just makes that sound. Like on the organ, you know, the 1.5 stop or whatever you call it. 1 2/3. This is the words.
Getting jet noise in here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Turn off the fluorescent light, please.
The whole piece is in F, and then it ends in the chord of G. Don't ask me how.
Oh, then you're tripping over my chord, playing what you're doing.
All right. Well, what this is, there's you see this grid, and there are numbers here, and each one of these blocks is a measure. And if there's a black dot there, that means there is music on that measure. The ones that are empty means there's no music there. And this is the way it's all orchestrated here. And this is the patch numbers, which mean this 24 means the flute will play. And this is how loud you will play and what channel they're coming through. And
So you can go back and isolate the instruments.
Absolutely. And you see this panning, 0 means all the way to the left, and 127 means all the way to the right. So I set up my stereo setup too, so they play. And this just means how many notes there are in the actual buffer, how many notes have been recorded. Now this is workout. This has been renamed to, it's called the Pilgrimage now. Don't ask me why. I called it workout because when I first started writing it, there was a workout program on TV.
Wait, I'm going to switch to...
Nice timpani part in it, which I think. But this also is, real workaday stuff music, but anyway. The English horn sounds very good on this. Bass fiddle and that. That'll be a strange combination. The staff will be very weird because you see I've got the bass and the clarinet here. There's the bass. And the timpani now.
How do you give the instructions on the attack on the, like the cymbals and?
I'll tell you that in a moment. Every note on the keyboard, when you're playing a drum patch, has a different sound on it. So like the B natural is a cymbal crash. So you hit it really hard. There's a big diminuendo coming here. Now all this is getting softer and softer. French horn solo. The end. Okay, I'll play you one more song, okay?
Okay.
It's called What's Next? Somebody's got a name, give me a name for it, because so far it's just called What's Next? But I think it's probably, oops, that's not it. Can't read it, it's too small. What's Next? There it is. Okay, that's not right, is it? Could it be?
Oh, so
now,
what's new?
yeah, right. So what's new? And this is not a very perfect piece, yeah, but it's got some good stuff in it. I'm going to let you see basically, I think, strings most of the time. And horns. Okay, but you won't see all the music. I'll be panning it a lot of the time. Get over there, window. Okay. Well, there's nothing there, so let's go down where there's some notes. Okay, now here we go. Ready? I need to rebalance these instruments. The basses are too loud now. sound is not as immediate. I don't want to play this whole thing, okay? Here's that string part right there. Stop it, okay?
Yeah, I want you to go over your equipment setup. Just
to talk about it?
yeah, and just explain how it's done.
Well, you want to know the instruments first?
Well, what is required to do this?
Okay, well, this program is called Music Printer Plus, okay?
Made by whom?
It's made by Temporal Acuity Products. And when you do a new score, it asks you how large you want it to be, what you want to do with it, and how many staffs you want. You want 12 staffs, for instance, and then it gives you the option of naming them all, naming all the staffs. And then after that, you get the judicious thing of having to set up the lines and staffs, which is a real pain in the royal butt as you do this. Or you could, for instance, load in a template, which would be something like, let's see, template orchestra, 12 staffs. And there you have it, with the names and all there. But then you still have to load them, and you have to do it. And then you can enter, you have to have a MIDI keyboard with a MIDI interface that goes into the computer, in and out. And then I have other instruments that are connected in a series with that plays. Over here I get my strings, and over here I get my orchestral instruments. Besides that, I have a clarinet coming through this instrument. And then if you want to record, for instance, you just go Control, let's see, alternate 9, and you record. It gives you, there's the metronome. You want to do it, and I go. Okay, and they're the notes that I just recorded. You see them? I'll show them larger. Okay. Enter. Oh, let's see. Here they are large. This is the ones I just recorded. And you could actually make them play back too. All right, now, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is Cakewalk Professional. This is the one I used to really compose my music on. Such as it is.
And
now,
you Cakewalk, you're talking about the composition you're talking about?
No, that's the name of the program. It's called Cakewalk, and this is a Windows program. And I have a template that I made called Orchestra Template, which has all my instruments set up already. You do that the way you want to, but I'm just going to show you. No, that's not it. Ugh. That was the organ template. Okay, here's the orchestra template. Now, so you see, I have all my instruments: flute, oboe, clarinet. This is everything I normally use. You can you can use them or not use them, and I have them set. Like for instance, 24 is the flute patch. So, in other words, when I have the cursor on this line and I play, I hear my flute. If I move it here, I hear my oboe because it says oboe. Here's my English horn. Oops. I have the wrong patch there. Let me fix that. Let's see, it's 27. Okay. Okay, and this should say 92. This has been damaged for some reason. Okay. Now the clarinet is here. Whoops, sometimes notes get stuck, and that's why there's a panic button here. You see that? Makes it stop. Okay.
Okay, this is you record on your floppy, right?
No, onto the hard disk, of course. Here's a trumpet. Here's all the other ones, the timpani, and the violins, and all those.
Okay. So how much disk space does this use up? It must use a lot, no?
Not as much as you'd think. No, not as much as you'd think. Now, for instance, so I set this here. All right, let's just do something. So right now I have a tempo of 139 for the quarter. Let's put it on 120 like a march tempo. We'll keep it in the key of C. Okay, let me get rid of this noise here, whatever that is. All right, we're going to record a flute part now, but that would be ridiculous. I would usually record a part that had a rhythm or something else first, but let's do the flute part. So here's the record button. This works just like a tape recorder. Record, stop, and play, you know, and rewind, okay? So I'll put it on record. Whoops. And right now I have the, let me set the metronome to sound like something else, because right now the metronome is sounding like a clarinet, and it's really ugly. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's just put it, I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it off. Yeah, I'll turn it off. Now, so here we go. It has a count in. You see the count in there? So now it's actually recording. I'll do it again and show you. I have 8 beats. 1. So here's what I recorded. Let's just look at it. And of course you can see how it's just all off the beat because I wasn't listening too carefully to the metronome. See how it's so wild as that? Okay, so I'm going to rewind it again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight it, these measures here. Means I'm going to work on that area right there. And I'm going to quantize it. And I don't think I did anything that was any smaller than an 8th note. So I'm going to quantize it to the nearest 8th note. And I won't, this durations would make every note perfect, so I don't want it to sound too perfectly. But so I quantized it, and now let's look at it and see what it looks like. Now you see it's a lot better. It's still, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do it again. I'll do it again. Undo. All right, now we'll do it again. Quantize, and this time I will do the duration so that it'll look a little bit cleaner. Now you see it's cleaner now. You see it here? Okay, so now let's play back. Well, that was really haywire. Okay, that's why I usually normally use a metronome that sounds louder than that. And I usually set up something like the bass fiddle line first. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get rid of all of that. I don't like that. Delete it. Just get rid of the thing. Okay, now come down. Let's do a bass fiddle line first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me do it again. Undo record. Do it again. Put it back here. Start again. This takes you a couple of minutes to get into the groove of it. I'm a little nervous about it. 3, 2, 1. So you get your rhythm line going first, and then you kind of can go back and, no, that's wrong. Let's quantize that to the 8th and see what that looks like. But anyway, doing things, what I mainly did in the very beginning was I took Bach and things like that and did a lot of Bach stuff so that it would be accurate. note too long. Whoops. Okay, so you see that wasn't very accurately played, so it got screwed up. I'll just show you some Bach that I did that that worked out pretty well. And then of course, you know, I play a lot of stuff on the organ. Now this I arranged for. Nothing's playing. Oh, yeah. Look at this trill. Doesn't read it very well. And you see how the enharmonic spellings are all screwy too, because it's just right now it's receiving everything in G major, which you wouldn't want to do that. If you wrote it out, you'd write it differently. You see the tempo is 32. That's really slow. I mean, you played this in 8. I'm going to have to stop it. Just a minute ago I did a big retard in the music to make it sound like it slowed down. You see the graph, and here I slowed it down some. I'll let you hear how that sounded. Here's the retard. Did you hear the retard? That's enough now. I want to show you some other things first. Can I show you some other stuff?
Mm-hmm.